of your mobile experience with star 175 hash. So you can view, add, or cancel subscriptions that you no longer need in one place without the stress of searching for short codes to stop your subscriptions. That's it. One short code to do it all. Now just dial star 175 hash to access your MTN content manager and follow the prompts, because you know what? We're good together. We're there for you everywhere you go. Now, Standard Chartered Bank is always thinking about you. They're wondering whether you're washing your hands frequently, using alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Are you avoiding the touching of your face? Are you remembering to cough or sneeze into a tissue and disposing of it right after? We hope you are, because Standard Chartered Bank wants you to stay healthy. That's why their health and safety units have been stepping up the frequency and cleaning of their branches and any surface you could possibly touch on a visit to them. ATMs, desks, floors, they're cleaning them all for you. And of course, because of the protocols around social distancing, the recommendation is that you use the digital channels like the SC mobile app and straight to bank platforms. Okay, they're available 24/7, and you might even win something amazing when you transact on SC mobile. So please stay safe and keep well. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good.
So let's get into the Joy Sports Center this morning. And coming up,
bad luck to touch it before, but he can touch it all he wants now. Sergio Ramos takes the trophy to the centre of his team. I was going to ask you, Albert, before those interviews, that they don't really have a player of the season in Spain, do they? But if you had to pick one from this group of players for Real Madrid this season, Ramos lifts the trophy aloft and Real Madrid are confirmed as champions, who would you go for?
Well, Sergio's one of the contenders, obviously, but I would go for Karim Benzema. I think he's played a fantastic season, not only scoring goals, but helping the team in many aspects of the game, and being a reference in attack. Well, actually, basically being the only striker, because the other two strikers, they haven't really played a lot. So I think Benzema has been a key player from Real Madrid. So Sergio Ramos and Benzema, but I would go for Benzema.
As Real Madrid sealed the 34th La Liga title, record 34th La Liga title. After 2-0 win over Villarreal, Zidane for a second time as the manager, Sergio Ramos for a fifth time and second time as captain. There's more to come on Madrid's huge win ahead of the final round of matches on Sunday, but first, Black Stars winger Kudus Mohamed has described his move to Ajax as a dream come true. And insists he's there to create magic. The 19-year-old sealed a 5-year deal with the Dutch Giants after passing a medical yesterday. Ajax paid €9 million plus bonuses and add-ons. Kudus couldn't hide his excitement after signing the deal.
It feels great, it's good. Next step for me from Denmark coming to Holland, so it's good to be here. It was a dream come true, because when I was playing in Denmark, I always dreamt of taking the next step to the next league. So when I had the interest, I was very happy to hear about that.
Kudus Mohamed, very excited. He will wear the number 20 shirt at Ajax and will be looking to fill the void left by Hakim Ziyech.
I'm an attacking midfielder, so I like to dribble, take players on, and create chances, and also my passing as well. That's what I'll say, and my strength and power, like creativity, get the ball, create stuff, and do magic, and pretty much how I play. I came here before to see around, and I spoke to the coach, and we talked about football stuff, on how the team want to play and how they want to attack and defend, and personally that's how I play. I want to play as well, so it's links together, so I think we connect together, so it was easier to understand whatever we were saying, and I feel it's a great place for me to take the next step.
We've got a special on Kudus Mohamed later on the locker room, and if you're following us, you must be following us on myjoyonline.com. Hit the sports tab and you see so much to read. A whole lot of articles on Kudus Mohamed. You have to follow us as well on Twitter at JoySportsGH. We've got a lot of infographics there for you, and chase us on Instagram. The only sports team doing so well on Instagram at JoySportsGH, and on Facebook we're Joy Sports. Now let's talk La Liga. Exciting times if you're a Real Madrid fan, I must say. And well, to all the Real Madrid fans listening to us, Sami Moore, Ridwan Santi, all the guys, you know, Farouk at Omar Tekpaga, and all the Real Madrid guys, Eric Kesiedu, yeah, they're enjoying today, of course, why not? Your coach Zinedine Zidane says sealing a first La Liga title with Real Madrid in 3 years has made him happier than winning the Champions League. Real wrapped up the title with a game to spare as they edged past Villarreal at an empty Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium. They beat them by 2-0. It's a good time to hear from the two-time La Liga winning coach Zidane.
Well, I have my role to play. I believe in the players, and I'm just happy for them because they're a group of humans before footballers. They're good people. I'm just happy. I'm just very content. There are always players that play more, and there are players that play less. But you have to give something to the team, even if you're not one of those who's playing more. If you want to win things, then that, above all, everyone has to contribute. It's very difficult to win a league. 38 weeks, and look at us. We were winning it, but on the penultimate match day. Well, we win the league in the end because we end up with the most points. It's as simple as that. Today is one of the best days for me as a professional. We can't control the situation. We would have loved to have been with the supporters, gone to the Cibeles fountain. Hopefully that can happen further down the line.
And next to the championship winning captain, Sergio Ramos twice. He's won this under Zidane and 5 in all.
Well, it's a prize for all the hard work and the aim to win the games after lockdown. This is the reward. We've got one more game to go to win 10 games on the bounce. It deserves a lot of credit. Well, it's been a strange season, but our objective was very clear once the league restarted. We wanted to win every game. We didn't want to depend on ourselves. There were no doubts in our minds, and we've shown that on the pitch. It's difficult to win every game. You can't win these matches easily. Every rival is difficult, but this is the reward for all our hard work. 34 leagues, and I'm very happy in my 5th title.
So we'll find out what Real Madrid can do. There's more as well in the locker room. They're up against Manchester City in that return leg. They're down by 2-1. Can they win the Champions League as well this season? Well, you'd just feel it's not beyond them. Now, let's do both. Barcelona captain Lionel Messi says things have to change at the club as they lost their La Liga title on the night. Their 30-game unbeaten home run in the league came to an end. Even a win would not have been enough for Barca as Real Madrid beat Villarreal by 2-1 to win the title. Barcelona lost to Osasuna by 2-1. Messi, who is the league's top scorer on 23 goals, is not a happy man.
I think Real Madrid did what they had to do, and they've done very well since the break in play. And of course, we've had a lot of injuries and many points that we've dropped in games where we shouldn't have. And now we have to be self-critical over the summer and look back at the mistakes we've made. Looking back over the whole of the season, of course, Real Madrid deserve it. We have to look at ourselves and work out where we went wrong rather than looking at the other teams.
Let's get to England now then. Manchester United have earned the right to challenge for a top 4 finish in the Premier League after a fantastic spell of post-lockdown form, according to their boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. United maintained their relentless pursuit of a place in the Champions League with a hard-fought 2-0 win over Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park. It's a good time to hear from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
It's important that you react and come back with a good result. It was more of a good result than a good performance, I think, because it was a tight game. Palace made it hard for us. They've got some individual very, very good players, and as a team they're very well organised all the time. And we started, when we got the second goal, after that the last 20-25 minutes we played really well. Before then it was a very tight game. When they get wins, it's easier to get the energy to play again. So yeah, we get 48 hours less than Chelsea, but we'll just have to deal with it. It is what it is, and we're going to be ready for them on Sunday.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there. Now Solskjaer's side were under pressure after Leicester City's earlier victory over Sheffield United. They beat them by 2-0. They responded with a victory, yes, and that keeps them in 5th place. After all the noise, isn't it? They actually level on points as well with the Foxes, but with an inferior goal difference. And you have a feeling that this top 4 race may just come down to that goal difference. Important to score the goals if you can. We can now hear from the Leicester manager, Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, it was our first 90-minute performance since we've come back. We've played well in other spells and games, but we had to play well over the course of 90 minutes. So now the players showed incredible quality. They battled when they had to. You had to against Sheffield United to test you physically, and that's okay because when we're at our best, we're physically strong and aggressive. and we showed all of that. I thought our football was very good, played the shape really well, and we scored 2 goals, and with a better pass or better finish, we could have had another 2 or 3.
Well, Aston Villa have a lot of work to do because the 2-1 with Everton. That means that they probably have to win their last 2 games. That's not easy against Arsenal and West Ham. That's a big one. We'll talk about the relegation battle later. But there's more to come this weekend. We know we've got the FA Cup semi-finals, Spanish La Liga's conclusion, as well as penultimate games in the Italian Serie A. JoySports Moses Yeboah has a wrap of key games to come.
Karim Benzema's brace was enough to guide Zinedine Zidane and his men to glory as Real Madrid are declared champions for 2019-20 season with a game to spare, following their 2-0 win over Villarreal on Thursday. Barcelona, of course, will end the season in second position despite losing 2-1 to Osasuna at home on match day 37. The remaining 2 spots are already taken by Atletico Madrid and Sevilla, but the final day will decide who finishes 3rd and 4th as the Spanish La Liga draws to its conclusion on Sunday. In the Italian Serie A, Inter Milan are gradually creeping into the title race once again, with 5 games to go, with Antonio Conte's side 6 points behind leaders Juventus, who have not won a league game in their last 3 games. On Sunday, Inter's mettle will be tested when they travel to 5th place Roma. And in England, in the FA Cup semi-final first game on Saturday, Manchester City will be loath to relinquish another of their trophies this season when they take on Arsenal at Wembley. And on Sunday, it will be a repeat or revenge when Manchester United square off Chelsea. The Premier League standout fixture will be in North London on Sunday when Tottenham Hotspur host top 4 Chelsea side Leicester City.
On Sunday, we've got live commentary for you on that game involving Tottenham Hotspur and Leicester City. That's on the Sports Arena. Yes, we've got the game. We'll give you updates and the ongoing, FA Cup semi-final game. That will be Manchester United versus Chelsea. You should put that right. That's going to be an interesting game.
But it's done.
I don't have high hopes on this one, but let's see how it goes football.
It's good. It's good you understand. It's good.
It's not that I understand, but it's okay.
you know that United Chelsea, I believe.
Chelsea's defense is a nightmare. So we'll see how that actually goes. And that's apart. We'll also talk about Formula 1. We're right in Hungary in the Hungaroring. We've got the 3rd race of the season, and I'm sure the Ferraris are hoping to back things up, but clearly Max Verstappen and Mercedes will be hoping to continue their good work already. So we have all of this for you on the Sports Arena on Sunday. But before all of that, we have to preview the games for the weekend, and we're on this afternoon with Locker Room at 1:10 p.m. You've got a few Lake Chiarik shouts.
Yes, Lake Chiarik shouts, and so this one to you, Dickens Tunde, who's a National Director for World Vision Ghana, and it's from Lawrence and all Support Services staff at World Vision. To you, and also a happy birthday to Efia Efri of Multimedia Group, the sales team. A happy birthday to you, Efia, and a healthy, hearty, happy birthday to Mr. Prosper Muji, Managing Partner of Nordstrom Agency Tema. God bless you and protect you. And a happy birthday to Lady Euphemia Lai, CEO of Lady Femi Creations. You're loved in and from all circles. Keep being you. Don't forget, lunch is on what? ADB?
It's a Kenya.
Joy 99.7 FM.
What is more exciting than buying something and getting 200% bonus? Unbelievable, right? Yes, it's possible with Vodafone Cash. When you buy airtime via Vodafone Cash, right there, 200% bonus. Yes, 200% bonus to keep you connected. Or maybe you want to show some love to family and friends by sending them money on Vodafone Cash. Well, don't worry about the charges because it's free. Send any amount as many times as you want, free of charge. So connect with family and friends via Vodafone Cash and enjoy lots of freebies. Dial *110# for all your Vodafone Cash transactions. Ready?
Durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Get busy with it. Get busy with it. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. CV, G Mobile, USSD, Young Co. star 924 hash. Punk the go. Smartphone no, young phone no, ever fire money transfer. For 3 hours water bill, for 3 light bill. Pastor credit, star 924 hash. You deserve it. Let's go. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash.
CBG is empowering you to get digi with CBG Mobile. Simply dial star 924 hash and get digi with it. CBG, we stand with you.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best on Joy 99.7 FM.
Who's here? So the first message I received on my WhatsApp platform is a statement I haven't heard in a long while. Hey, Charlie, look, this has made my day. Mamiama in SEC sent a message. I said, Lex is so dende. Please, somebody should add awa to. I mean, why are you shaking your head? I don't like that. I know I'm nuts, but you don't have to make it so obvious. I see Lex is so dende. Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, Ghana. Welcome to Drive Time on Joy 99.7 FM. Obi mami awa to. It's Friday. Thank God. Now it's been an amazing week. We're wrapping it up with the best. Let me tell you something. You'll never be happy with what you acquire if you can't enjoy what you already have. Oh yeah. You will never be happy with what you acquire if you can't enjoy what you already have. So along with working to climb higher and going places, take plenty of time to appreciate and truly enjoy where you are. You know, there was a time when you aspired to nothing more than where you are and what you have right now. And listen, you're here, you know, you get there and you're wondering what next. Charlie, let yourself enjoy the fact that you've come this far. And the more you enjoy each day, the more positive energy you would have to keep moving forward. Yeah. If you know from experience that you enjoy your dreams when you reach them, you give your very best to the effort. So this moment, I want you to enjoy, celebrate yourself. I want you to appreciate yourself. I want you to be happy with how far you've come. Nothing's gonna stop you if you appreciate where you are right now. Good afternoon. It's our footprint segment as we kick off drive time on Joy. And this afternoon, I want us to do something. You know, this week I dedicated it to our women, Now I want if you're a proud woman, if you're proud of yourself and your journey, give me a call and flaunt it. You know, celebrate yourself. I want you to tell me that one thing you've done for yourself that you are so proud of right now. Celebrate yourself. And then you feel down and you are sad and what. Let's appreciate ourselves right now. Appreciate yourself. What you've done for yourself, your life. Call me 0302-216-541. I'm activating the phone lines right now. I want to hear some positive female energy from women who have worked hard. What is it? Have you been able to build your own house? Have you been able to buy yourself a car? Have you been able to put yourself to school? Have you been able to take care of the family and the home and keep it together? What is that thing you're proud of right now? Let's celebrate us. So today is the last day for the Women's Week. Well, not last day, but this week was dedicated to the ladies. So I want you to call me. Just tell me something positive about yourself. Something that you've achieved that you are so proud of. I just want to hear some positivity today. You know, from the women. You can WhatsApp as well if you want to. 0244340437. Hello.
Hello.
Give me some yo.
Yeah.
What's up, my dear? What's your name?
My name is Ruby. I'm calling from Downsuman.
Ruby, talk to me.
Yes, I'm right here in my kitchen having a scan over there. In fact, you mentioned something, and I'm saying I want to. That's why I called in to just let you know.
Tell me
how proud I am of myself. I have 4 beautiful children. And I never took any house help.
Wow.
I am a worker as well. I take care of them day in and day out. Including the first baby in the house.
What?
So you see, I am so proud of myself, and on top of that, I keep in shape all the time.
Hey, Mama gorgeous.
Looking smart all the time.
Mama gorgeous.
You know that.
Miss Ghana or Miss Dansuman?
Oh, Miss Ghana. Don't tell me that.
Congratulations.
So I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. That sounds so good. God bless you. And listen, you see, the beautiful thing is this is just the beginning. Look, in a year you will call me again and tell me more.
Of course.
Yes, it will happen. Thank you so much, my dear. Have a nice day in the car. But the question is that, what are you cooking?
In fact, I'm doing some shito and rice and some komi, you know.
I bet send me location right now. 0302-216-541. Who else is on the wire? I mean, I'm getting lots of messages from really proud women right now on my WhatsApp. 0244340437. Victoria says, Lexus, I built my house and I bought my car. Hello. What's up, my dear? What is your name?
I'm Irama.
Irama, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Stinker.
Irama, talk to me. Let me give yourself fans.
My whole fans because I have 3 beautiful kids, and I think when I had my firstborn, I decided to go to school.
That's right.
Go to the university, and I think I'm done with it.
Wow.
And I'm planning to open my own company with the help of my husband. In fact, he's doing so well.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And so I'm so proud.
Congratulations. God has blessed you.
10 years.
You've been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
Hey, and you've done all of this and taking care of them.
Within 10 years, taking care of my kids and going to school as well. It wasn't easy.
Why you dear?
Yeah, my idea.
I like that. I like that. Give me some yo. Oh, Charlie, you guys make me so happy. Lots of messages, lots of calls. Hello.
Hello.
Yo. your name? Good afternoon. What's your name, my dear?
I'm Teresa.
Teresa, where are you speaking from?
I'm speaking from Ashoreman.
Okay, talk to me.
This is actually my first time calling the.
I'm so excited! Yeah!
I had a very good reason to call.
Tell me.
Because I'm so proud of myself and what I have achieved so far in life.
Tell me about it. Tell me about
it. I don't come from a particularly good background because I came from a very deprived family. I've made it through school. I have a very big job now I'm doing.
Wow.
I've had some challenges in life, but I just woke up with joy in my heart.
Oh.
When I'm driving to work, I just play music and have fun. People don't understand why I'm so happy.
Oh, God has blessed you. God has blessed you. I'm excited. I can hear the excitement in your voice.
I just said no, this one I had to call.
And you have called. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the good job you are doing so far.
Thank you too, my darling. Have a good day. Yo! This one says, yo, Lexus, I'm a proud woman. I'm a single mother who takes care of 2 children with the first girl in the university, and I bought a car for myself. That's right. Asantoa. What? Mama lift. And I have to sit at the back seat. Then you be driving, then I try something like Kauna. Yo! 0302216541. Listen. Ghana men. I don't like what you people are doing. Today we are celebrating the women and the men are calling. Come and see the phone line. Why? Please let the women call. Yes, sir. Today we want to celebrate the women and all the men in Ghana from Osu, Lashibi. Then you're all calling. What are you coming to celebrate? Let the women celebrate themselves today. Men, why are you doing that? Please put the phone down. It is for the women today. Yo! Hello! Yellow. Yo! What's up, my girl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm doing well. What's your name?
My name is Hilda.
Hilda, where are you calling from?
Tema.
Hilda, talk to me. The way you sound excited, you're proud of yourself, aren't you?
Okay, so yeah, sure I am. But one thing that I'm so proud of right now is I lost my elder sister.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She has a girl, and unfortunately, the girl lost her father too.
Oh dear.
So I took this girl from P5. Lexus, as I talk to you, she's part of those writing their SSC this year.
Whoa!
Yeah, and I'm so proud I was able to do that.
That is so exciting. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
At a time when even family members were like, you are too young, you can't take this responsibility, you know.
Oh.
And I'm like, God will help me. So I'm so proud I was able to do that.
I'm so happy, Hilda. God bless you. You've done so well.
Bless you too, like this.
Take care. Have a good day, okay? And wish her luck in her exam for me, okay?
I hear.
All right, so bye-bye. I'm going to take one more, Charlie. These stories are so exciting. I wish I could listen to them all day. You know, I wish I could listen to them all day. They're so exciting. They make me so happy. Listen, this is the import of what we're doing. Whatever you're doing or wherever you are now, be proud of it. Charlie, be proud. Things might not be going the way you want it to go, but be proud of the little steps you've taken. Be proud of how far you've come. What's it? Hello. Hello. Yo. What's up, my dear? How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Yasai. Calling from Magenta.
Okay, kindly turn on the volume on your radio for me because I want to hear you very well. The way you sound excited, no there. I want the filler. Who fans? Give me the fans.
It wasn't easy, but I have 4 girls now.
Whoa!
I'm married on my 23rd birthday. Can you imagine?
On your 23rd birthday?
Yes.
Wow.
After working for 10 years, I now have my own business and it's doing so well.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a CEO and I'm employing people and
Bossu. Yeah, boss, CEO1.
So good.
Yeah. Do you mind telling me the business you're doing?
I'm a poultry farmer.
You're a poultry farmer?
Yes, and this COVID-19, the way I've sold eggs and chicken, like essential services.
Listen. This is what I'm going to do. We have to make you sell more today. Now, do you have an Instagram profile?
No, I don't. I have a Facebook.
You have a Facebook. You go and create Instagram right now. Well, we want to see pictures of the birds and things. So send me. Go create Instagram. Put picture there. I'm going to put it on my page so that everybody listening to Joy FM right now will go and follow and buy eggs. I also eggs.
Yes, eggs and chicken.
Eggs and chicken.
Yes.
Muffins and broilers. Layers.
I smoke some of the chicken.
Smokers, hey.
I smoke chicken.
Not smokers, okay. Listen, I'm going to put it on my page for you, and people will follow you, and I'll put your number there as well, so they'll call you and buy chicken. This weekend, anybody listening to Joy FM, you buy chicken from Yao. Yo. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll be waiting for your message on Instagram. Oh.
Definitely before the day. Definitely.
Please, fast. And we're going to make sure we share your handle, on all the Joy FM social media pages as well. Charlie, I just want you to be good. I want to celebrate some women out there. Look, there's some hardworking women who are making it happen, and we've got to push them. We celebrate them today. So welcome to Drive Time on Joy. I want you to, if you are unable to call me, send me a WhatsApp right now. 0244340437. Now I just got this message. It makes me so happy. Wow, Lexus, I am satisfied with Lexus, I am satisfied with myself. Over 20 years I have combined a career in security services, 2 master's degrees, bought and maintained 2 cars, paying a mortgage for a house while trying to build another, and raising 2 children as well, all by myself. Hey. Oh. Sarah. Sarah, I want to meet you. I want you to come on Drive Time. This Sarah, you just sent this message. This message that you sent, I want you to come on Drive Time. Come. I just want to sit with you here in the studio and talk. Wow. Did you hear? Philip, what's it? Monday. Philip, what's in your car, you know? Monday, yes, Monday, Umbra. 20 years I have combined a career in security services, 2 master's degrees, bought and maintained 2 cars, paying a mortgage for a house while trying to build on another, and raising 2 children as Charlie. That's my hero. In fact, my shiro. Hey. The men are protesting.
Next week we should give the week to them.
We should give the week to the men. When we gave them the week, they wanted to talk about starting the car. When we gave the men's week, they wanted to start the car. They wanted to work on the engine and fire. No, but listen, I think we're going to do that as well. I want the men to also feel good. But this week is for the women. I'm proud of all the women who have called and sent in messages. I'll keep reading some of the messages for you. Right now I have over 700 messages from women who are proud of themselves, doing amazing things. Oh, Charlie, I mean, Shamu Mate. Listen, it's not easy. Hey, it's easy. So look, where what's the name? Easy. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, tell her, be proud of it. Be proud. Don't envy no one. Yes, stay in your lane. You understand? Be proud of yourself. Take it easy. Oh. Now tell me, who's that girl?
That's in them. Let me tell me they're rough. They didn't like me.
Yeah, I've taught French before. I used to teach them. Then when I teach, I'll teach her. And then I said, do you understand? They say, no, madam. I said, no, mademoiselle. Why?
You used to teach French.
Okay. Why don't you understand the whole show?
the whole show. That is painful. You will teach her, then they say they don't understand the whole show.
The whole show.
So what? Teachers, please, what do you do when they say that? Do you start all over again? Or you don't know that? And your mind and why?
I'll go and kid the whole class, and then when I finish kidding, then they'll be laughing.
Oh, you cane them?
I don't know how to kid. Oh.
French teacher. So do you still speak their French? And I don't assume.
Oh, and tout mom.
Tu parles français?
Oh,
bien français.
Bien français. But
ouais.
I do more the grammar side than the language. If you don't speak.
What is your point?
My point is that if you bring.
What do you mean that you do grammar side? So
if you do, I'll edit it for you. Bring the French words.
If you speak French, you speak French. So what do you mean by mine is grammar side? So somebody's one is what side?
Bien.
Oh my goodness. Thanks a lot to our partners, Ederick Ghana Limited. They're the distributors of Whirlpool appliances. And I'll let you know that Emilia and Theodora, congratulations to Emilia and Theodora. You're the winners of our appliances from Whirlpool. Yeah, you're the winners for today. You did so well. Congratulations, Emilia and Theodora. We're going to call them. Yeah, we're going to call you very shortly so that we get your prizes delivered to you. I'm so happy the women won anyway, because this week was for the women, so I'd have been gutted if the men won. The men, Charlie. Look, next week, any man who wants to take part in the pop quiz, we'll do vetting. We'll do interview. We'll do vetting. You have to present your WASI, SSC, A-level, O-level certificates.
But women, naturally, women are smart.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, saying I don't kind of it. Women are intelligent.
Oh no, I mean. Sorry, you're funny, sir.
Oh, let's see. I am a pepper for that about.
Intelligence was that he was doing registration in his residence at Vicin in Tamale Metropolis. At the time of the arrest, 12 persons had been registered outside the registration center.
And upheld the challenge of the applicant, meaning that his voter identification card has been withheld.
Also, 2 electoral officers with the Savannah region have been arrested by the police for allegedly registering people outside the registration center. We have the latest for you. EC is meanwhile confirmed it has withheld the voters' card of the NDC parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North for providing false information to registration officers. And Top Story is always brought to you by Gassem Cement, the nation builder, and Vodafone. The future is exciting ready. The Electoral Commission is fighting back allegations it deliberately increased registration figures in 2 constituencies in the Ashanti region. The NDC at a news conference this week accused the electoral body of masterminding the increment of figures in the Ofinso North and the Fijasetri East constituencies. Tonight, the EC is admitting the error, but is blaming it on the registration officer's decision to submit accumulated figures instead of filing daily reports. Deputy Chair of the EC, Dr. Bosman Asari, at the media briefing said the EC has no desire to be unfair to any
political party.
It is very strange that at a time where the Commission has deepened transparency in the entire registration process, some will accuse the Commission of increasing the number of registered voters in certain regions. The Commission will never be involved in anything like that. What occurred in the Offensive North and the Suggested districts in the Ashanti region are not unique, because we have been auditing our figures, following due diligence in auditing our figures when they come in. And indeed, we have made corrections to the figures in several places as a way of ensuring accurate figures are reported to the general public. We even detected what happened in the two districts before some of the parties started talking about them. An inquiry from the regional director about the development in the two districts, to which the latter was informed about everything. So to still be hearing in the news that some figures have been added once it is complete fabrication is unacceptable, to say the least. The Commission is committed to the highest standards of transparency, fairness and integrity, and that's what this Commission is committed to doing. We are only determined at this time to have a register which is credible and clean. And then for us to understand properly, what happened in Offensive North, what they did was that they were doing a cumulative process of adding the figures. And when you are doing cumulative, what it actually means is that you are increasing numbers by successive additions. In other words, when you add, let's say 20 and 30 and you have gotten 50, instead of making them separate for each day, you put them together as 50. So which is a mistake. So this was an error which was detected at the district level, and the parties have been alerted. So as far as the Commission is concerned, we don't create figures at the head office. We only report figures that we get from the field.
So that is the EC's Deputy Chair, Dr. Bosman Asari. At the close of registration on Wednesday night, the EC had registered close to 7.3 million people, with the Greater Accra region leading the pack, followed by the Ashanti region. Dr. Bosman Asari is confident the EC will hit the target of 15 million voters by close of registration.
So out of the 60, which happens to be up this last Wednesday, the Commission has registered a total of 7,279,237. 7,297,237. The Greater Accra region leads with 1,524,600, followed by the Ashanti region 1,319,498. Four of the regions constitute almost 60% of the registered voters, and these are the Greater Accra region, the Ashanti region, the Eastern region, and the Central region, almost 58 point something to 59%.
Well, on another subject that generated discussions and some controversy this week, tonight the Electoral Commission is confirming it has withheld the voters' card of the NDC parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast, Kwamena Minta Nyako. Now, Dr. Bosman Asari confirms the decision of a committee set up to investigate claims the candidate provided false information to electoral officers.
A parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress in the Cape Coast North constituency was challenged. Based on the information received, the District Registration Review Committee met and upheld the challenge of the applicant, meaning that his voter identification card has been withheld. According to the electoral law, any Ghanaian who qualifies to register can challenge an applicant. The Registration Review Committee, which consists of the District Director of Education or his rep, the District Police Commander or his rep, a traditional ruler in the district, and the EC District Officer serving as the Secretary or its representatives, and representatives of political parties active in the district. Normally, when there is a challenge, these are the people who meet on this challenge. So this is a very scientific, a very legal process which allows all parties to be heard. And when your challenge is sustained by the committee, what it actually means is that you will not be giving your voters identification card. But if your challenge is not sustained, what it actually means is that you will be giving your voters identification card. So those who have been following the news and think in one of the districts in the Western region, in Pohok, one of them, the candidate for the New Patriotic Party, has also been going through that process. So this is a very scientific process which is meant to ensure that only those who are qualified to register and vote are given a chance.
Well, tonight we're also hearing from Madame Jean Mensah herself, who is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. She says, in the wake of all these allegations against the EC is still committed to the highest level of fairness and accountability.
Along the way, I'm sure, there may be human errors here and there, but as we emphasized, we do have a process of due diligence. And when the provisional figures are churned out, we still have the opportunity to audit and do the due diligence that is necessary. And it is not only in those two districts that some errors were detected. It has been along the way, even in Greater Accra, there were issues that have come up. And whilst we churn out, you'll find that occasionally members of the public would also draw your attention to some errors and so on. But just to emphasize that the Commission is committed to transparency and integrity. We are committed to accountability, and that's why we are organizing these platforms and making available our statistics and information on a daily basis.
I'll be speaking shortly to the NDC Director of Elections, Albisi Free Ankara, and also hear from the NDC's Director, Evans Demako. But before that, let's head to the Savannah region, where 2 Electoral Commission officers are currently behind bars. The police have arrested them in Tamale, in the northern region, for allegedly crossing over from their base in the Salaga North constituency to another suburb of Tamale in the northern region, and registering some 12 individuals in their private homes. Now, the 2 suspects, Yusuf Abila Mohammed, and the second suspect, whose identity is yet to be disclosed, were arrested at dawn with some of the commission machines and handed over to the police with the list of registrants printed already. Correspondent Isaac Nunya joins us for more on this. Isaac, what more do we know?
Yes, the interesting aspect of this matter is that the arrest was effected by the Savannah Regional Communication Officer and the 2 other who are party members, before they handed it over to the police. And the issue
is it party members?
Yeah, these are party members.
Which party?
The individuals to say are no party members. We don't know their identities for now, in terms of political correlation. But those who infected the arrest are party guys. The Savannah Regional NDC Communication Officer, Mari Basitale, and the 2 others who did the arrest and handed over the 2 to the police. Then the police did a further investigation and were able to come up with a second person, who is one Yusak Kumsaha. So the 2 currently are with the police. And the Northern Regional Police Crime Officer, Mr. Kobina Otuo Achampo, have been speaking to the police, to the media, regarding the way forward. So let's listen to him.
The 2 suspects were this morning arrested upon intelligence that we received that Momoni Abila Yusuf, who is a data entry clerk with the Panshegu cluster of registration in the North Gonja district of Savannah region, the intelligence was that he was doing registration in his residence at Vitin in Tamale Metropolis. We acted upon the intelligence. He was arrested, and a search in his room, we recovered 1 BVR kit, biometric voter registration kit. Further investigations led to the arrest of the other suspect, Mohammed Ishao Konsoha, who is also the registration officer of the Panshegu cluster. The 2 suspects are currently in the custody of the police, and they are assisting us with investigations. And after the investigations, they will charge with the appropriate offenses. Now we have contemplated that they stole the machine, which was not supposed to be in their custody in the house at Vitin. It was outside the jurisdiction of the machine, and it is of importance to note that at the time of the arrest, 12 persons had been registered between 7:04:00 hours and 8:08:00 hours this morning outside the registration center.
So, Isaac, currently we know they are behind bars. The police is investigating. They suspect that this is a case where they stole the machines. Has the Electoral Commission itself said anything in the part of the country? We lost him. We've lost him there. Try and get some clarity on what the EC itself is saying about this, since these are Electoral Commission machines. Let's bring in Elvis Ifriankra, who is the NDC's Director of Elections, joins us on the telephone line right now. Mr. Ifriankra, your quick reaction to this this arrest that has been made in the northern region, 2 individuals who are registering people in their homes.
First of all, let me commend our party people and all other civic-minded citizens who took it upon themselves to be vigilant and alert, and also commend the police for their quick intervention. If we have this kinds of intervention, it will engender confidence in the entire process. We've had many of such reports, and we are fortunate that today we have clear-cut evidence of such. And therefore, going forward, we would like to call on our supporters and indeed all Ghanaians to be vigilant and alert and be very proactive in ensuring that such incidents are nipped in the bud.
Just for clarity, you say you're congratulating your party members who have been active and vigilant. Is this to suggest that this arrest was caused with a tip-off from your members?
Yes, that is the information we are getting. The tip-off came from some source which I cannot disclose. And then, of course, our members, together with other civic-minded individuals, then moved in, and then they handed them over to the police.
Okay, please hold the line for me. Let me bring you your colleague from the other side, Evans Nemako. He's the Director of Elections for the NPP. Mr. Nemako, your quick reaction to this development in the northern region, 2 people registering people in your homes. NDC Director of Elections says they are people who tipped off the police to cause this arrest.
Well, thank you, my brother. I think that by and large, this whole registration process so far has been very successful. There have been few challenges, and it's important that we all come on the same page and assess the security to do the needful. No one individual can have it all, but what is important is that we allow the law to operate, and we will be fine. The security must be on top of the issues, and it is for all stakeholders to assist. And in view of the fact that the position that the NDC had taken long before the commencement of the registration, it is important that the media remain very strong and do the name and shame, and then we'll be fine.
These individuals who have been arrested, are these people that is known to you at all? To the party, I mean. I'm sorry, I'm asking Mr. Nemako. Mr. Nemako.
Okay.
No place. I heard that in Awutu Senya East, there was an arrest, and the NDC have been quick to come out to disown the individual, somebody who stole mobile phone of the EC official. In Sanaregu constituency, the NDC agent was arrested for stealing EC registration material. The NDC will not come out to owe up. They rather disown. And I'm saying that at this stage, it doesn't lie in the map of the NPP or the NDC. It is for the media to name and shape and assist the police to do the needful. We are of the opinion that nobody is above the law. There have been accusations here and there. So it is important that people who have been found culpable be dealt with by the law. I will not sit here and justify anything that is not acceptable. What I'm saying is that, yes, the EC has the mandate to compile a new voters register towards the upcoming presidential and parliamentary elections. The NDC have been making noise.
Yeah, that is a subject that has really been overflogged. I just wanted to stay on this so that we could make some time on this. Mr. You want to, yes, on that question of identifying the people behind this.
I'm sure that the police will be doing their job, but your producers told me I was being called in response to the EC's press conference. And I just want to say that we shall be responding fully and appropriately to the EC in the next couple of days. And we can see that the EC has been waxing lyrical and congratulating themselves and saying that they are doing very well and that we should trust them. We cannot trust the EC. Trust is like virginity. Once it's broken, it's almost impossible to restore. The EC has been consistently inconsistent. We're all in this country when the EC on its own platforms and on several platforms told us categorically in black and white that we're going to rely on the old voters register. They did a voting fast, a 360-degree turn, and then they decided to do their own thing. Dr. Boswanasari, who is waxing lyrical today, is the one who said that the NDC is an existential threat to democracy in Ghana. So we are vigilant, and everybody should take a cue from what our General Secretary said, where it's like a boxer going into a boxing match, Azuma Nelson in a foreign country. The spectators are against us, the referees are against us, but we will fight and do a knockout and win convincingly. So that is why I'm commending our supporters that they should follow the example of the people in the Savannah region. The only thing that can solve this problem is vigilance, eternal vigilance, 24-hour vigilance. Let's all be vigilant. Let's all be vigilant. Let's all be alert. That's the only way that we can deal with this situation. Yeah. Again, the EC was commending the security services for doing an excellent job. And the EC hasn't commented on any of the numerous incidents of violence, brutality that has occurred throughout this period. We have videos, we have pictures of people, including one death. At least make a comment, because it is under your aegis that all these things are happening, and call on the police to investigate. You say everything is fine, you are commending the security services. A young man has lost his life. You don't care if it were their relative or their child. Would they be that callous?
I recall one of the press conferences, they said that they've engaged the IGP. A question was asked by a journalist about this, and I recall the chairperson saying
they had to take a question. It's a major issue.
But that is a comment. That is definitely a comment.
Why it must be part of their text so that everybody will see how serious it is. In any case, this is the same issue that during Ayawaso West Walk-on, when guns were fired, people were getting a meme. They went to sit at the commission and said everything was perfect. So it's important that we draw the attention to some of these things.
Yeah, I want to bring in Mr. Nema. Mr. Nemako, today at the press conference, the Electoral Commission made a disclosure about some figures registration figures coming from Ofinso North and the Fija Secretary particularly, that they admit that yes, the figures were in error because it was higher than was actually represented in their system. I mean, allegedly bloated. They admit it was an error. And they say it was because registration officers decided to submit accumulated figures instead of filing daily reports. What's your reaction to that, Mr. Nemako?
Well, I heard the regional director yesterday on one of the platforms. He said that their district officers in these two districts submitted accumulated figures. That notwithstanding, on each of the submitted figures, they indicated the daily numbers, and they were asked to engage the political parties. Evans, our agents in all the registration centers have been feeding us with figures. So whether the NDC will make the claim that the EC has bloated the figures or not, it is none of our business. Our issue is that on daily basis, there's end of day reports that come to us. If the NGC fails to compare, they can make all the cases they want to make. That is none of our business. But Mr. Fuye is talking about trust. This whole registration has nothing to do with trust. Numbers are being recorded on daily basis in each of the registration centers. Unless they are telling us that at the close of the third phase of the registration, they don't know the number of registration centers that are being registered. He can bandit figures around. Their candidates in Cape Coast North falsified information, got registered, and the appeals committee has denied him. Will he comment on this one? Their agents in Ewutu Senya.
Evans.
Yes, just a second, Mr. Ankra. I'll just bring you in shortly.
Mr. Ankra, please. Issue of trust, whether the EC has been consistent or not, it is the business of the Electoral Commission. What the MPP is doing is that we are making sure that our agents will report to us on daily basis returns in all the registration centers. Issue about Offensive North Fija sector is the EC has come to inform the whole of the world that their officers were giving them accumulated figures. We have been checking, and I think that is not an issue of doing daily press conference. At the close of the registration process, the new Patriotic Party will come out and will let the world know.
Okay, so you're satisfied with the EC's explanation to the issues in the Ashanti region, the figures. You're satisfied with it?
We have been compiling our figures. At the close of the registration exercise, we will compare our figures
to that of the Electoral Commission.
Say that when they are accumulated figures, you put that on daily ones and say that MPP is conniving with the EC to massage figures. It can't be here nor there. You know, Evans, let me tell you, before this registration exercise, the whole of Ghana, the constituency with the highest registered voters was Hallway K2 South. Okay? And the NDC today, they have been watching the figures. Unless Mr. P.A. tells us
so they've been what? They've been what? Watching the figures?
Yes. The number of people who are being registered in K2 South. He's been to K2 South. Owe Sedun Ketia has been there. Mr. John Mahama has been there. And they are not getting the numbers. And that is all they apprehend.
Let me bring in Mr. Frianka. Mr. Frianka, on the subject of these Kumasi figures, are you satisfied with the EC's explanation tonight?
First of all, my friend Evans is saying that they have been getting the figures. And so the question we should ask him was that when did they first of all see those bloated figures? Because we saw it. We've also been getting the figures, and that is why we were able to point it out. So when they saw the figures, did they point it out? We saw the figures and drew the attention of the EC and followed up with a letter. Is it because it favored them that they kept quiet? He should tell us. The whole world is listening to him. When a registration is going on and you have as much as 20,000 figures added to one constituency and you kept quiet, and we are the ones who have drawn attention to it, and the EC has come out to confirm that indeed the figures are bloated. Between the two of us, who is credible? So I don't know what he's talking about, waxing about K2 South. Oh, so you targeted K2 South. You see, this is a filing. This is a confession. You see, you targeted K2 South. That is why you send soldiers there, isn't it? To beat people, beat innocent people, so that people will be scared, so that they won't come out to register. Well, I have news for you. You have failed, and you will fail. Look, they can do whatever they want. The people of Ghana won't change. They are sick and tired of this corrupt government. They are tired of the arrogance. They are tired of the impunity. They are tired of the nepotism. And the people of Ghana will show them the exit. And we will continue to be vigilant and alert on a daily basis. The same way that we discourage the figures in other constituencies is the same way. If anything happens, we have the capacity, we have the systems in place, and we will check and we will find out where to expose them. Finally, on Cape Coast North, I mean, I'm surprised that he's talking about, the candidate has been. He forgets that there's an appeal process. The candidate is entitled to an appeal process, and indeed the candidate has come and issued a statement that he is pursuing that process. So how come that the EC in its statement, and strangely enough, the EC and the MPP are singing the same song? The person has recourse to an appeal, which process he has initiated. In the EC's official release, they didn't talk about that, because that is part of the law. They quoted the law and said, yes, if the DRCC sees that they can withhold your card. But they didn't mention that the person is entitled to an appeal. And he's repeating the same thing. So when we say that they are in bed with each other, are we lying? And I'm happy that he has confessed to the whole of Ghana that indeed they targeted K2 South, and that is why they are sending soldiers and all kinds of people to go there, to go and terrorize and brutalize the people.
Mr. Nago, did you target K2 South?
I think that at this stage, that can only be the language of Mr. Fianca. I was only telling you that looking at the numbers of registered voters per constituencies across before this new registration process, some constituencies had a certain number, and so we are monitoring the figures. All I wanted to cite was that notwithstanding the noise of Mr. Free, that there has been attempts to suppress people from registering, so numbers are being registered, even in their strongholds. So yes, their candidates in Cape Coast North can go ahead with an appeal. How many of the registered voters to this extent have had to go through this process? Why do you have to lie? And I'm saying that their candidates in Cape Coast North lied, and the appeals committee have denied him of his right to be a voter.
But he makes the point that it's subject to appeal, and so the appeal will finally determine what indeed happened in that case. Mr. Nemako, I'm grateful that you joined me. Elvis Ifriankra, also two gentlemen belonging to two parties, all representing the party's election machinery, both of them director of elections. I'm grateful that both of you could join me here on Top Story. There is no way you'll run out of things to do during this lockdown because Vodafone has got you sorted with too much data. Now double the data at the same price. So whether you are taking an exciting masterclass or binge watching Netflix series or bringing a party to Zoom, you now get too much data for the day and too much bonus from midnight till 4 a.m. That's even more fun and way more than you are paying for. Dial star 700 hash to get 3 GB data for 10 CDs, 8 GB data for 20 CDs, and 20 GB data for 50 CDs bundle. Stay home and stay connected with Vodafone because with too much data, there's almost nothing you cannot do. Ready? Ghana Connect starts right now. Tonight on Ghana Connect, to close or not to close?
Why is it that if the schools are having a problem, why wouldn't they close it down? What can I do? What can I do? We have been talking. The PTA, everybody is saying it, but they still don't want to release their children. I'm worried because I have only one daughter. They should release my daughter for me.
She's your only daughter?
Yes.
But don't you think she's safer on campus, rather?
They should test them and release them. If you test them and they are negative, release them. They should do that.
Well, parents have been agitating all week, including the schools themselves, in terms of the Catholic Bishops' Conference, who own a significant number of schools in this country. The teacher unions also asking that the schools be closed and the WAEC exams be suspended. Tonight we're connecting parents, teachers, the school children themselves to have a conversation about this in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. We connect after the break.
Hello.
Why you bed?
It's 5 a.m. Of course I bed. Lockdown.
Guy, some series I watch for Netflix. Too much.
You woke up to come in.
Which can't wake up? I've been watching from last night too.
you have data, eh?
Vodafone Adaroma. The too much bundles now be too much. See, Jock, make an ad screener to the Skype call, then buy you guys a story.
Too much data is now double the data at the same price, so you can stay home and stay connected on Vodafone with too much data for the day and too much bonus from midnight till 4 a.m. That's double Ankasa. Terms and conditions apply. Dial star 700 hash. Subscribe now.
Ready?
Hey, I say!
There is little that the health workers can do. Safe blood saves life. So I encourage you to give blood on a regular basis and make the world a healthier place to live.
Contact the National Blood Service on 0277 501 010 for further inquiries. Safe blood saves lives.
So many ways
Payment Day, where you go feel use your MTN Momo wallet. Make payment with scan to pay, where you go use the QR code, or you go feel use the merchant ID, or on bank POS terminal. You go feel also transfer money between mobile money wallet and bank account, all on MTN Momo. Enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions and live life the vital way with MTN Momo. We are good together. Just Momo it. We're there for you everywhere you go.
We give you nothing but the best. We stay above the rest. More quality, more affordability. Kingdom Books and Stationery. Everybody's going to the one and only shop where customer satisfaction is a guarantee. Kingdom Books and Stationery.
Oh yes, with our 30 days credit facility with no interest charge, free delivery services, and our free consultation on setting up your office, Kingdom Books and Stationery is unmatched in our delivery of quality and affordable office essentials, equipment, and furniture.
Experience world-class customer service in all our branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takoradi.
Call us on 0302-764-101
or visit our website at www.kingdomgh.com.
Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all office essentials and stationery. Terms and conditions apply.
We know it's important to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in your employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is regulated and licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority to provide medical insurance services to institutional clients, families, and individuals. Apex Student Package and International Medical Solutions are all here to cushion you. Visit Apex Health Insurance Office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, or call
0501-683-914
or 0232-000-015. In Kumasi, we are located opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and in Takoradi, Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
Do you know that the Electoral Commission is undertaking the compilation of a new voters register this year, so we will register again?
Every Ghanaian citizen of 18 years and above and of sound mind, ordinarily resident in an electoral area, is eligible to register.
What steps will be taken to ensure the safety of the applicants?
Every applicant must wear a face mask before entering the registration center. No face mask, no entry. You will wash your hands with soap under running water. Your temperature will be checked, while you maintain a minimum distance of 1 meter while in the queue. Your finger will be checked for an electoral stain to know if you've already registered before being sanitized. Your data will be captured on Form 1A. You will provide the officer with your residential address, your GPS address, your hometown address, your town and district, as well as the full names of your parents, dead or alive. Then you will be sent to the data entry clerk. The clerk will sanitize the scanner before capturing your fingerprints. He will then type your details into the biometric system, take your picture, and print the Form 1C and give it to you with the Form 1A. You will thumbprint the Form 1A in front of the laminating clerk. Then the clerk will cut out the card parts of the Form 1C. Then laminate your new voter's ID card for you. Your finger will be dipped in an indelible ink. Hand sanitizers will be provided before you leave the registration center.
When are you going to register?
Daddy, I registered during the last electoral exercise, so I won't register again.
Don't you know that this is a total replacement of the old voters register? It means if you have registered before, you have to register again.
Hey.
You will need either a passport or your national ID card to register. If you don't have a passport or a national ID card, you must provide 2 already registered people to stand as your guarantors.
What about your mother who is too old to join the queue?
Vulnerable, persons with disability, older adults, pregnant and lactating mothers are not left out. Download the Voters Registration Form 1A from the Electoral Commission website, www.ec.gov.gh. Print it, fill it out, and bring it along with your passport, national ID card, or 2 guarantors to the district office of the Electoral Commission or to the registration center to register. Note that only the vulnerable, the aged, pregnant and lactating mothers will be allowed to print out their form online and bring it to the district office or the registration center.
Register to vote. Your vote is your power.
And you're live on Joy997 FM. My name is Evans Mensah, and this is Ghana Connect. I'm pretty sure this week you've heard about the parents, students, and teachers' anguish over the continuous stay in school, asking that government closes down the school and suspend the West Africa Examination Council's certificate examinations that are going to be held coming up in the next few weeks. That has, dominated the headlines. There have been threats from the teacher unions and NAGRATS, the NATS, the Concerned Teachers Union, the Association of Parent Teacher Associations, even the Catholic Bishops Conference have joined in asking for that. The government's position has been absolutely clear on the matter. This is how it is all panned out.
Why is it that if the schools are having a problem, why wouldn't they close it down?
Closing down schools is defeat. It's a coward person's approach.
He says that the school authorities have been telling them if their children are infected and they come for the children and they take them home, there's a possibility of a spread whilst they are at home.
But closure of schools, from the health point of view, we believe that it is not the best option.
We've been asked to keep the students in school, whereby we have health personnel who will take good care of them.
I'm worried because I have only one daughter. They should release my daughter for me.
And that is not what we are going to do. We'll fight the disease and protect everybody, ourselves and our children.
So tonight the question is one: should government close down schools and postpone the WAEC examinations because of the coronavirus pandemic? We're doing it Ghana Connect style. You, myself, parents, teachers, school authorities, wherever you are tonight, let me hear from you. Join me. 0244-340-437 is the WhatsApp line. Send me a WhatsApp on that. Go to Facebook, Joy 99.7, the Joy News page as well. And you can also go to Twitter. Just holler me, hashtag Nwete, as we have this conversation among ourselves. But there's a poll tonight that we run on all our social media pages. Fascinating responses to the question. Thousands of you have joined. Close to 20,000 people have joined so far on that particular poll. Simple question: should government close down schools and postpone the WAEC examinations because of the coronavirus pandemic? Connecting tonight is Salifu Dabre. He is a parent whose ward is in the senior high school here in Accra. Paul Arthur is also a parent with a child in final year SHS. He took a decision not to allow his children to go to school. We'll hear from him. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Great that you can connect with us tonight. Salifu is also with us. Hello, Salifu.
Hello.
Fantastic. I'm delighted that you could join us. Matthias Ansa is a chemistry teacher at Secondary College in the Western region. He will also connect with us. Also connecting is another teacher who is a house staff. We'll call him Mr. D for the purpose of our show tonight. Mohammed is a journalist in Nigeria, and the Nigeria is such an interesting case. They decided that they're going to pull out of the WAEC, our big brothers. I'm very curious why they did that. Hello, Mohammed. Mohammed is connecting from Nigeria. Hello, Mohammed.
I'm live from Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Mohammed is on Zoom. Mohammed, are you a parent yourself? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm a parent. I have two boys. Yeah.
Great. So I'll try. I'll just be very excited to hear your perspective on this conversation. How Nigeria is handling it, because I guess it's a sub-regional thing, because WAEC is sub-regional. So it's very interesting to hear what our neighbors are thinking. Mohammed, thank you for connecting via Zoom. Dr. Beth Asewa Ayi is an adjunct assistant professor of medicine at the Kansas Health Science Center, USA, and an adjunct lecturer at the University of Development Studies in Tamale, Ghana, and the University of Health and Allied Sciences in Hull as well. And she joins us live from the United States of America, aka Trumpland. Hello, Dr. Asewa Ayi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. You're a parent yourself, Doc?
Yes.
Okay, great. I mean, tonight I want to speak to you more as a parent, and then later I'll see as an expert in this particular area. And of course, wherever you are tonight, please get in touch. 0244-340-437 is the line you want to join us on WhatsApp, on Facebook. You know the numbers on Joy997 and then Joy News and Twitter as well at Noete. Paul and Salifu. Salifu, let me start with you. Your child is in senior high school in Accra, correct?
That is it.
Okay. So give me give me the parents' reaction to having a child in school in the midst of a pandemic. What is it like?
Well, thank you so much for having me. For me, having my child that is at Accra Girls Senior High School, she's in the second year. With this whole issue of pandemic, that has been a kind of, in Accra Girls Senior High School, my daughter, in fact, she's been one of a person that I love so much. When it comes to education, this girl has been very, very excellent ever since started from class 1 till she got to Accra Girls Senior High School. With this whole issue of pandemic, before even she left house, the day that I brought her to the school, that is some 3 weeks ago, I advised her that she should strictly go by the protocols that has been laid down for students of Accra Girls Senior High School.
You mean the COVID-19 protocols, right?
Exactly, yes,
okay.
The COVID-19 protocols. She should adhere to all the protocols. I believe if she will do that, I believe she will have a nice day in the campus. After all, they are going to spend just 6 weeks and then come back home. So I've advised her when she gets there, she should not try to mingle with people that she's not familiar with, and also she should, like I said earlier, strictly go by the protocols. If she will adhere to that, I believe she will have a decent stay within the campus of Accra Girls Senior High School. But when we heard that Accra Girls Senior High School has recorded 6 positive cases, that is earlier, in fact, I became scared. If I tell you that what happened between myself and then her mom could not sleep for the whole day. The mom has to keep me up. Then I should go and then try to find out the status on my daughter in the school. So in fact, I was there at the school the next day. That was when some parents picketed at the entrance of the school, trying to know the status of their ward.
Well, were you one of those who picketed us also?
I was there myself.
Okay.
I was there myself. Why I was there was that we tried to find out from the school authorities. They should update us. We are parents. We are major stakeholder as far as the running of the school is concerned. If only we pick a feed from the media that the school has recorded 6 positive cases, and then we try to find out from the school, nobody is trying to tell us anything. We try to find out from our reps in the school, that is the PTA executive. They are also not prepared to speak. And then we have contact of individual teachers in the school that we can easily follow on, so that if there's anything they can update us. There too, nobody is prepared to talk. You see, when you try to hide information, you try to keep it for yourself, there is the tendency that people will speculate. It is the speculation that has brought us to the school the other time for us to picket at the entrance of the school. And yet still, as I speak to you now, we've not had any concrete information from the school.
Okay, so let me ask you, but have you since been in touch with your daughter?
Yes, my daughter, I was in touch with my daughter sometime last week. You know, the children themselves, they are so smarter than the school authorities. They try to communicate to their parents. And if you ask me the means that they do that, some of them, I believe, are having mobile phones in them. So they try to call their individual parents and tell them, Daddy or Mommy, this is the situation in the school. So kindly come for me. I'm suffering. I'm tired. So this communication, in fact, you'll be surprised, go to some of us. So we also try to know what is happening to our wards there. Since the school authorities themselves are not prepared to update us, they are not prepared to talk so that we know the situation there. What baffled us most was we have a common WhatsApp platform for parents. I would believe that the school authorities could easily use this platform, WhatsApp platform, in order to reach parents and tell us that, oh, parents, don't be worried. Your children or your wards are safer here. We at the school authorities will know what is happening. If the school could have done that, I don't think parents will be worried.
So I guess for you as a parent, the lack of information is what is giving you sleepless nights.
Exactly.
Okay, stay with me, Salifu. Let me bring in Paul. Paul, you took a different approach to this. You also have a child in a final year SHS. You made a decision. What decision did you take?
You see, this whole situation is becoming a trial and error situation. This is been described worldwide as pandemic. You understand? So one has to protect himself. So you see the danger ahead. You don't know what it's going to be like. What will be your benefit if at the end of the day you get a certificate and your child is not there? You see, and you know, a bird in hand is more important than a dead elephant. A live ant is more important than the dead elephant. So a situation of this where everybody is trying his best. You see, almost all the authorities, the health professionals, everybody is trying his best to see the situation through. But it becomes uncertain. And in the face of uncertainties, I think we all have to be shrewd, protect ourselves.
Okay, so personally, what did you do?
The situation that you find yourself, the situation is not conducive for learning. You are hearing stories, teachers are afraid. They are even afraid to go to classrooms. So who is going to teach? If I were to be a teacher, maybe I would have done the same thing. And so for now, we have decided that, well, if this academic year goes, it's fine. Then we want to see the outcome of this. If the situation calms down, life can continue.
So you decided not to take your child to school?
No, yes, that is it.
But your child,
personal and family decision.
Okay, personal and family decision. Okay.
Exactly.
But your child is in final year senior high school.
No, he's not in the final year. He's in second year.
Second year. Okay, so she's not writing the. She's not writing the. Okay. Salifu, your child is also in second year, right?
Yeah, she's in second year.
Okay, but at Accra, but she's not also writing the WAEC.
No. She's not writing.
Okay. But you made a decision that, look, take the precautions and still go.
Exactly. Because almost all the parents who have their children there are not sleeping. So why do you put your child out there and you are not sleeping? Why do you do that?
Okay, stay with me, Paul and Salif. I want to go to Mohammed in Nigeria. Mohammed is joining us via Zoom. Mohammed, so the story in Ghana is that, I mean, we've taken the decision as a country that we'll go ahead with the WAEC and children should return to the schools. Of course, with COVID-19 protocols all in force. We had a story, I think earlier this week or sometime last week, that Nigeria, our big brother, had pulled out of the WAEC, citing coronavirus, and the school year has also been suspended. Tell us more.
Thank you very much for having me. That's true. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Ministry of Education, sometimes 2 weeks ago, actually made an announcement that final year students of primary, junior secondary, and then senior secondary schools will resume, excluding actually the universities. I don't know what entails that, why they took that decision anyway. So they made mention that these categories of schools that I've mentioned earlier will be resuming, at least to write their final year exams. But in a twist of an event, again, the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, announced also last week again that after reviewing critically their earlier decision, the government is reversing that decision, and then all schools and students will remain at home. And in fact, that the WAEC, which is meant to examine students from the sub-region, I mean the West Africa sub-region, Nigeria will not be participating this year. But at the moment, the the parliament is still trying to convince the government to change that. I mean, the presidency to change. I mean, the executive government to change that decision. But seriously, at this moment, they are adamant. The government, through the Federal Ministry of Education, is adamant that they review critically, and they are not likely to change their decision for all schools and all students to remain at home. And I must tell you that last week if it's a little bit digression, but it's important. We opened up our local airports, domestic travel in Nigeria, and as of this week, there have been reports of VIPs and so many strong people in Nigeria violating the code of conduct for safe travels and in terms of coronavirus pandemic. So if you can have that for adults, I'm sure kids might not, particularly in primary schools and even senior secondary schools, you never can tell what might happen, even if these codes are there for them to guide their safety. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mohammed.
Yeah, hello? Okay, yeah. So even if these codes are there, they've been put in place to guide their safety and so on and their conduct, but there is no 100% or even 50% guarantees that these kids and these words will stick to it. So, and most parents in Nigeria, according to people's reaction to the news from government, is that most parents seriously are happy with the decision that safety is first, health is the number one thing, and they're happy that the kids are at home, even though they want the schools open, but they want it to be open when it is much more safer. Not now that there are definitely more increase in the coronavirus cases in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. So that's the situation at the moment.
Okay, yeah. Mohammed, stay with me. I'll come to you and hear your perspective on this as a parent yourself. Bertha, Dr. Bertha Sawai, also connected from the USA, the land that is becoming pretty. What's the word? The world's epicenter. It's competing. There's a competition between the USA and I think it's in Brazil, trying to outcompete each other when it comes to coronavirus cases and deaths. And Dr. Beta, you find yourself right in the midst of it all. I watch CNN every day and it sounds pretty scary. I wonder in the state. First of all, Doc, which state are you in? Hello, Doc. Okay, we still have her on Zoom, correct? Yes, we do. Okay, we'll see if she could hear, and if you've muted your Zoom, kindly unmute it as well, so we could hear you, Doc. But of course, tonight I want to hear from you wherever you are on this all-important topic, and so just to get a sense of what our listeners and viewers think of this all-important subject, just to get a sense of the general feel. We put a poll up. I want to share the poll with you. My colleague Elton Broby joins me with the details from social media polling on this question. Elton, what question did we ask?
Simple. Should government close down schools and postpone the WAEC exam because of the coronavirus pandemic?
Okay. I mean, I see this is the Joy News Facebook poll, right? How many votes is represented there?
As at about an hour and a half ago, 10,000 people had voted.
That's huge.
That's huge. That's very huge. And out of this number, 62% says that yes, 38% says no. So clearly, more than half of the respondents are of the view that schools should be closed, while 38% are of the view that schools should remain open for the students to have their academic, pursuit.
Okay, so that's an overwhelming number. Let's go to the Joy News. This is the
Joy News. We can go to Joy 99.7.
Okay, so Joy 99.7 Facebook, right?
Right.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah. So this has had 4,000 people voting, and of the number, 60% are of the view that schools should be closed, whilst 40% say that schools will remain open. So 64-40 against Evans.
Okay, so this is again representing what we saw earlier, a certain trend emerging. Let's do Twitter, and I think we have the Joy News Twitter page, which also had, as of an hour ago, 526 votes. And yes, government should close the schools and postpone WAEC exams, 57%. No, government should not close and postpone WAEC exams, 43%. So those are the views there as expressed in our polling. The overwhelming majority, believes government should close the schools and postpone WAEC. So you're still listening to Ghana Connect on Joy997FM. FM. Wherever you are tonight, I want to hear from you. I see a lot of you joining me via WhatsApp 0244-340-437. I'll have us a few and share your thoughts with the rest of the world. I have two parents on the telephone line right now, Salifu Dabre and Paul Alpha. Paul Alpha took a slightly different decision. He decided that, I won't take my child to school, although they must go. Salifu took the child to school, Accra Girls, and he shared his thoughts with us on the subject. I want to bring in quick Salifu Dabre and Paul. I mean the two parents with us just on a poll. Paul, you had the polling results there. Which side do you belong? Should government close and postpone WAEC?
Exactly so.
Okay. And Salifu, where do you belong also? Your child is already in school. So
no, yes, I want my child to still be in school. Government should not close down the school. That is not the option at all. Okay,
I want to hear more. Why do you make that point? Explain.
So what I'm saying, parents of Accra girls in a school, we are sharply divided. Some were saying the government should close down the school, and then a lot of us were also saying that government should not close down the schools. We are saying that, or we believe that if there's a problem, then a solution must be found to the problem. Closing the school, asking awards to go back home, should not be the option. When they go back home, what are they going to do? We don't know. Some of them might be carrying this virus and then taking it home. It would rather be disastrous when they leave school and go back home. Maybe some of them may be having these signs of virus in them. I believe that is not the best. So we are saying that the right things must be done. The students and the school authorities must make sure that, like I said earlier, the students must strictly adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. I believe when students adhere to that, I think, yes, we will be having some solution to the problem. But sending them home to go home at this time now, they've already spent 4 weeks. They are left with 2 weeks so that they'll go through the semester and go back home. I believe that we should hold on to that so that when they complete, they rather go back.
Okay.
But the 2 weeks remaining, the school authorities should make sure that the students go strictly by the COVID-19 protocol. So
okay.
I believe that is better than for them going home.
Salifu, stay with me. Paul is also a parent. Paul, what do you say to Salifu, your fellow parent, on the position that he just expressed?
He's talking about solving a problem, but the children staying home is also part of the solution. In management, you have to do nothing approach. If you are overwhelmed with certain situations, you do nothing and the problem solves. So it's not everything that you try to tackle. This is a pandemic. Everybody is overwhelmed. You don't know how the situation is panning out. And teachers are afraid. Students are afraid. And now, we've all tried by way of some children going to school. But we all see the situation and the reactions. My colleague, even Salifu just speaking, he says that the child is at school. Yet, both himself and the wife cannot sleep. So what will be the fate of the child as well? The child will also not be sleeping. So what do you want to achieve? What do I want to achieve? This is not a normal situation. This is not normal. Situations are not normal. So I think that we need to observe and see how things work out.
This is
one of the key things.
Mm-hmm.
One of the key things that for me, why we decided that is that we see the school environment to be very difficult for us to, for my girl to be able to practice the social distancing. It's very difficult, Even though they may be able to do that in the classroom, out of classroom will be difficult. And we want to see how the things do.
Thanks, Upana. A very interesting perspective. Two very opposed views there. Two parents disagreeing on this, and so as you can see, it's not as clear cut. But the polling, as we just announced, it's as clear as light and day. I mean, as night and day, as it reflects here. I want to bring in the perspective of a teacher who is joining us via Zoom. Mr. D is joining us via Zoom. Hello, Mr. D. I see that you've muted your Zoom. If you may, unmute it so that we can hear you. Hello, Mr. D. Can you hear me? Okay, so let's see if we can get Mr. D to rectify that connection to us, and so we can hear him. It would be good to hear a teacher's perspective on this. Dr. Sawa, you will also join us shortly on this so we can hear him. But I've been hearing from a lot of you on social media. Your views on this are welcome. I want to go back to Nigeria, where they've taken the decision different from what we have taken. And Mohammed is still with me. Mohammed, you are a parent, and you tell me that in Nigeria, mostly parents are happy with the U-turn that the government made. But you also make a point to me that the Nigerian parliament is opposed to the decision taken by the president to make a U-turn. I mean, as a parent yourself, what your preference is? What exactly? I mean, coronavirus is here to stay. The argument is that we need to find a way to live with it. We can't keep the children out of school forever. A time will come you have to go. Just practice the protocols and you'll be safe. What do you say as a parent, speaking from a Nigerian point of view?
Yeah, my sentiment exactly, and for the very few times I tend to agree with the Nigerian parliament, disagree with them a whole lot of things. Yeah, but in terms of this, I really agree with them because as a parent, I have realized, and in most of my readings, and most of the information that we come across these days, we are fed the information that coronavirus is seriously probably have come to stay, is probably the new normal, just like we have malaria, HIV, tuberculosis, and humans must just devise the means, even without the vaccine yet, but must devise the means to live with the coronavirus. So my position as a parent is definitely government and the relevant stakeholders must find a better way to open the schools, definitely, and make sure the kids are safe. Because like you rightly mentioned, what if the virus continues escalating? We don't pray for that, but it's a possibility. And as at this moment now, we have more than 13 million cases all over the world, with above 500 and something thousand, almost 600,000 deaths. So the virus is not slowing down, and everything seems to be slowed down or even at a halt, including schools. So in my own humble opinion, I think it's important that while we create safety measures to deal with the virus, I think we should open the schools, particularly for those people who are waiting to write exams almost immediately, like the WAEC exams, senior secondary schools, junior secondary schools, and even the higher institutions. Like in Nigeria, some of the students were actually even writing exams. They have maybe 1 or 2 papers left, and the schools have been closed since March, and nobody's saying anything. So I think rather than just close the schools and leave the uncertain life, I think it's best that we open the schools, but first and foremost create safety measures that will limit the spread. And I think it's very achievable, because we see that in some other climes that schools have been open and so on and so forth. Create the safety measures in such a way that it will be difficult to be broken, because we all know the human nature, but make it in such a way that it will be very difficult to be broken, and life continues. So that's my position.
Okay, so how many children do you have?
I have 2 kids.
Okay, 2 kids. Okay.
I have 2 kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
so very powerful, interesting perspective there. So as you see, the 3 parents on the panel, 2 of them Ghanaians. One has sent the child to school. The other has decided not to send the child to school. One disagrees that the school should close. The other agrees it should close. And the Nigerian perspective, Nigeria's government had made a U-turn. They were going to ride the hike with us, but then they changed their minds. And you had a parent that say, well, listen, you have to put the children back to school somewhere and put the protocols in place. What's your own view on this? I want to hear your perspective on this. I want to hear a teacher's perspective also. But I want to see if we could get to Mr. D, who's a teacher. Mr. D, if you can unmute your Zoom for me so we can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. D, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me, right? Hello, Mr. D, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, we'll try and fix that. But let me bring in the teacher who's joining me. He's Matthias. Hello, Matthias.
Hello.
Hi, Matthias. Thank you very much for connecting with us here on Ghana Connect. You are a chemistry teacher. I understand at the secondary college in the Western region, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so you're connecting from the Western region, the secondary college? Okay. So are you on campus right now?
Nah, I'm staying out of campus, but I go there every time I have to
conference call.
Okay. Matthias, kindly get close to your phone and put off if you have a radio set, put it off for me so that we could hear you clearly.
Okay.
Okay, so we hear from.
Well now.
I could hear you clearer, I think. So, but I still can hear feedback in the background.
Oh, okay. Let me just.
Okay. So this is Ghana Connect. Obviously, we're hearing from the teachers, parents, health experts, the school children themselves. If I can get a few of them to join me on Skype and on WhatsApp as well, we would bring them in. Hello, Matthias. Hello, Matthias.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, I can hear you properly. I mean, just speak into the phone for me, so we can hear properly, because you're fast.
Okay.
Speaking directly into the phone. If you're using a headset, just speak into the phone.
Okay.
Let me bring in Mr. D.
Okay. Do you hear me well now?
I can hear you well. Thank you very much, Matthias.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Matthias.
Okay.
Great. So you're on Zoom now.
Yes.
Tell me, are you on campus?
Yeah, I'm not on campus. I'm not a resident teacher, but I stay out of campus. But I went there to teach today.
Okay. So give me the teacher's view. We've heard the unions, but you are on the ground doing the actual teaching. What's your view on the debate about the coronavirus and school reopening as a teacher, based on what you've seen so far?
Well, so far, I think it's a good initiative government has taken, because just as the correspondent parent from Nigeria said, how long are we going to wait until the whole virus is eroded before we reopen school? I think it's almost that the virus has come to stay with us. And so we have to try and find a way so as to cope with the situation. In human life, sometimes some of these things are bound to occur, but you develop what they call adaptation to be able to live up to. Hello? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So we have to develop ways as to be able to live with the virus at the moment. So when the government took initiative to reopen school, especially for the final year students, whenever we go to school, we realize that the students are really studying as normal as it used to be. The only thing is that, as we say, we are not in normal time. So few things have changed in terms of arrangement, in terms of how students, mingle with each other and all that. I think have changed. These days we observe the protocols that government has put for us to be able to stay safe, such as the social distance, then the arrangement of students in class, as well as always putting on the PPEs, nose mask, and observing all the protocols that have been put forward for us to stay safe on campus. So I think that, for my take, I think that it's very good initiative government has taken, and with time the other countries will also take you from that.
Let me ask you, how many students do you have in your class, in your chemistry class?
So far, average of 25 students in a class. It used to be 45, but they have reduced. So each class, which is made up of 45, has been divided now into two. So 22, 25 at most. Averagely, that's the class that we are managing at the moment. Okay.
And tell me about the protocols. Are you happy with the way it's been observed in the school at Secondary College?
Yeah. So far, I think government is living up to its promise. The government has finished the school with PPE, the nose mask, Veronica bucket, with sanitizers, and all the necessary protocols are being observed on campus, and students are staying safe. At the moment, I don't know the medical situation, but so far, our school, we've not recorded any incidents.
So, which of the associations do you belong to? Is it NAGRAT, NAT? You belong to NAGRAT?
I belong to NAT.
You belong to NAT, okay.
Yes.
NAT this week, together with NAGRAT and the other unions, issued a statement asking for the schools to be closed and the WAEC postponed. You disagree?
Yeah. As far as for my take, as far as I'm concerned, I think that it is too early. It is too early to call for the closure of the school. We've made to understand the mode of infection of the virus. So far, I know some schools have recorded some cases, but that is too early for a noble association such as NAGRA to call for the closure of the schools. I think we just have to observe the situation for a while before such decision could be taken.
Okay, stay with me. Let me bring in Dr. Bertha Ayi. Of course, she's a public health expert herself in the USA. Hello, Doc.
Oh, hello. Good afternoon. I'm sorry about the initial. It looked like you couldn't reach me earlier.
No problem at all. It's good time we could have you finally. Of course, you as the adjunct assistant professor of medicine, but you're also a parent. And so, first, talk to me as a parent. Our schools are you in Kansas, by the way?
I'm in South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. Okay. Are schools open in South Dakota? Are your children in school?
Well, the schools closed in March, so they've been taking online classes, which they've enjoyed tremendously. But even if there was no COVID, this was their vacation period, and they will go back to school in September.
So, being an expert in this area, if schools reopen, and I know Donald Trump is pushing for the schools to reopen, if schools reopen in South Dakota, will you send your child to school? If not, why? If yes, why?
Okay, so South Dakota happens to be one of the states that doesn't have a very high caseload. And in fact, it was one of the few states where masks were never actually mandated. And it was the state where the president came and held a meeting with 7,500 people with no social distancing. So it's a little on the extreme side in terms of sort of the precautions they take, because they didn't have a large caseload. But in the grand scheme of things, given the level of the outbreak, I would still be very, very careful, because my son is not taking part in all the football practice and all the other things that other people have allowed themselves to allow their children to partake in, because my reasoning and the child's reasoning is that we know better, and so we should know the decisions to take. They have the rest of their lives to partake in all these social events. There's an outbreak, and so I let them stay at home.
So the debate has been pretty intense here in Ghana. We've had the Nigerian perspective, and clearly from Nigeria, it's also clear that they're also having the same debate there. Their government made a U-turn. They were going to go with us to write a WIAC, so they made a U-turn and now say they want to write it. Of course, we had a Mohammed's view from Nigeria that he disagrees with the government on that point. We have taken a decision. We're going to go ahead nonetheless. Let me bring you in now as the expert in this field. I've heard a lot about every decision we take. Science should be the ultimate factor that we consider. Looking at our case numbers currently, would you advise that we continue to keep the children in school? Government position that we should, because if you don't and you release them back into society, you risk spreading the pandemic even more. But being there and being confined is actually a better option. What do you say?
Well, Evans, whether you have one or two or the numbers, in fact, I will quote my son. This is specifically what he said for this state. He said, Mom, I don't understand this. When we had only 5 cases in the state, the schools were closed. Now we have more than 5,000 and they're opening the schools. I don't get it. And if I'm to quote his quote back to Ghana, on March 16th when the schools closed, I don't even think we had more than 10 cases. Now we have 25,000 and the schools are opening. So clearly, the decision to reopen is not based on science. And let me give you a little perspective. So I don't want to mention names, but I've heard a very important official in Ghana say that, look, the U.S. is opening, so we will open, okay? And the funny thing is the U.S. president also says, hey, look, Netherlands and France and so are opening, so I am going to open. The interesting thing is the U.S. is not doing what France did, but they want to achieve the results that France has achieved. France allowed over 100,000 foot soldiers to be on the road, all these European countries. You couldn't get out without somebody stopping to ask you where you were going. Their numbers are down to very small numbers, and so the schools have reopened. Even then, they had an outbreak, and some schools were closed. France had outbreaks. The U.S. is not doing anywhere even half of what France did, but they're copying and looking and saying, oh, look at France and Netherlands. We're going to copy them. So you come to Ghana, or even let's take the U.S. itself. Although the public or the rest of the world hears, oh, U.S. is opening, let's copy them, what you don't hear is the daily news where the previous CDC directors are coming on to say, this is a bad idea. All the healthcare professionals who understand are saying that this is not a good idea, let's not do it. So people hear that, okay, U.S. may be opening schools and let's copy them. But we haven't done what the people who U.S. is copying have done. We're just taking what other people have done. So in other words, everybody is trying to copy the other person without clearly looking to see what changes have been made. So let's check China, which had the first epicenter, and the first country who on April 9th said, you know what, we've gotten enough control, we're reopening things. What happened? They were checking a temperature and sending it by WeChat to teachers every single day. The parents were dropping children off 20 yards from the school. Teachers were having to send information on a daily basis. In spite of that, guess what? They had some outbreaks and some schools had to close again. This is China where technology is at its peak. So other countries, everybody is copying someone without actually evaluating to see, what did these people do? Are we going to be able to do what they did together? It's just like somebody lives in a nice house. You don't want to work as hard as they did to get the nice house, but you want the nice house. So yes, going to school is nice. The kids love it. They want to go back, but some of them are anxious. And to be able to do that, we need to achieve the low numbers. At this point, we're still recording 300 to 400 cases a day. So in my opinion, it's not the right time we're just creating crowded conditions that would lead to more cases. And I think that's what we should expect.
Yeah, I want to bring in another teacher. We've heard the first teacher who believes that the school should not be closed. Let me bring in another teacher, Mr. D. Mr. D, can you hear me now? If you can, just say hello. Hello, Mr. D. Mr. D, I can hear you. Can you hear me? He's on the telephone line right now, but I think he can hear me. Let's get his attention. I want to come back to the parents because this has gone around quite a bit. I mean, the positions are pretty varied. The polls are clear from the social media that people believe government should close down the schools. But if you speak to the people on the show, they seem to be a bit more in the middle. I want to bring in, if I still have on the line, one of the parents who joined us at the beginning and had the child at the Accra Girls Senior High School. Salifu, are you still with me?
Yes.
Salifu, so you believe that your child should remain in school and government shouldn't close the schools, but you had concerns earlier. Your wife can't sleep, etc. And you haven't been able to see your child, but you've had some form of communications, etc. You want the government to put in place the protocols and enforce them. I guess the question to ask then is, are you happy then with the protocols that are in place in the schools? What have you heard about that? And since you don't want the schools closed, that should give you some confidence. Are you confident in what the protocols that have been rolled out in the school?
Yes. From last week to date, I think there has been an improvement in the protocols. I mean, if you look at the students, they've now started to adhere strictly to the all protocols that has been put in place. What we realize is that had it not been we parents going there to pick it last week and last week, then I believe eyes will not be on our Girls. But ever since we did that, we realized that in fact eyes are now on our Girls Senior High School. The government was there, that is the Ghana Health Service, they were there, the school authorities, they were now up and doing. So we realized that there has been an improvement in the school as far as observing the protocols are concerned. Okay. Yesterday we had a good news. All those who were positive when they were moved to Kasua Pentecost Church, some of them were brought back yesterday to the school fully recovered. In fact, we are so excited when we saw them yesterday coming out of the school bus, fully recovered, full of smiles, but we are also happy. That has even given hope to the other students who are yet to see these students, because we try to make sure that victimization should not be there.
Yeah, and the stigmatization shouldn't be there as well.
Yes,
and the pictures we saw show that their students, their colleagues will welcome them back warmly.
Yes,
when they return. Salifu, thank you. I want to quickly get to the teacher, Mr. D. Mr. D, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm pretty sure if you listened in, you heard your colleague teacher from Secondary College. He says he doesn't believe that the school should close, that it should stay in place. What's your view? Speak to him for me. What's your view on that question?
Well, with me, the point at which we've gotten to now, the students have already spent 4 weeks. The Form 2s, for instance, they spent 4 weeks already in school. They are starting their exams next week, and that would have ended the semester. So the closure would have been a better option. But how far we've traveled now, I think that they should just be allowed to finish up next week and then before they go. So that instead of closing it now, for them to go back and come back to repeat what they've already done, I think from now they should just continue and finish up.
Give me a quick assessment in your school here in Accra.
Yes.
What is the situation there?
The situation now, we have everything ongoing. Classes is ongoing steadily. Students, some are comporting, notwithholding that I few of them who also flout and disobey the protocols. But so far, we have been able to manage the situation till this time. So, as I speak now, we've not recorded any COVID case in the school, but we are still managing the situation as it is.
Okay, I'll ask you the same question I asked your colleague earlier from Secondary College. Which teacher union do you belong to?
I belong to NAT.
NAT, okay. NAT also issued a statement that the school should close. You disagree with that?
I wouldn't say I disagree completely to that, but I am just only of a divergent opinion, considering how far we've traveled.
So the schools are already in session, allow them to continue and put the protocols in place is your position?
Yes.
Okay, I'm grateful. That's Mr. D. I want to bring in quickly what listeners have been saying on our social media pages. Yeah, Elton.
So, Evans, few messages here. This one says, we are country full of talkers. One hand, we pressured government to open the schools to allow further year students to write their exam. The government made sure all COVID-19 protocols observed. Because of COVID-19, everything should come to a halt. This one says, good evening, government should close down the schools and postpone the WIAC exam. This is from Alfred in the Volta region. This one says, the lack of information from schools and government has brought about all this anxiety from parents. Steps taken by government are commendable, and they should lead the conversation or allow the opposition to push their own agenda. Just as I have these questions, why didn't the government ensure enough PPEs to all the schools before the reopening? Doesn't the government realize it has rendered even health teachers ineffective by gagging them from speaking the truth? So, Evans, these are some
very interesting thoughts there, and it's a very sensitive topic when you are talking about children, parents, teachers, etc. But of course, you've got a sense of what the nation is thinking on this all-important question. This is Ghana Connect. Thank you, all my connectors. Dr. Ayi from the US. We also heard from parents who connected with us with their views. You had Salifu, you had Paul, Matthias, Mr. D, who is a teacher, and Mohammed from Nigeria as well, and the thousands of you who connected on our many social media pages. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Of the rest of my life, stand behind the mic like Walter Cronkite. I keep the spotlight, I keep my rhymes tight. Lose sight of what you believe and call it a night. Take the lightweight cake mix that you're used to. Teflon territory, you just can't shoot through. You gon' shoot who? Not even on your best day. Rolling the Wild West way, giving it up. Leaving the whole world stuck, not giving up. Late in the cut, now we break through in the rut. Come on, Hennessy and orange juice, baby, fill up a cup. Quick to grab Mary Jane by the butter squeeze. Loosen up, let your hair down and join the festivities. Overcrowd the house like lockdown facilities. Used to give me brains while I push the rain. Going up and down my dick like a stock exchange. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't need to say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat and we all in the family. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't need to say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat and we all in the family. Since exhibit can spit, been on some pimp. Approach every woman like a potential mistress. Time right, make sure that I stay tight. Cause tonight I might meet my next ex-wife. Mr. Big Chief Reaper. Exhibit uses like a pizza. I run it through and money come out. Run in your mouth, I have somebody run in your house. Borrow your spouse to have a little fun in your house. It was bound to happen. I can't give you what you lacking. Whenever you hear them other niggas rapping, rocking. Chains, stadiums, palladiums, crack craniums. My whole skeleton is different titanium. Drop top, 10 on 20. Using rappers like crash test dummies. Stacking real estate and money. It's funny how things change overnight when you thinking right. I beat the odds like I beat on his first wife. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't need to say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat and we all in the family. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't need to say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat and we all in the family. What did you fit? We hardcore 100%. Making Los Angeles probably presents the real deal. How does it feel? No special effects. Take the chain off your neck. The conversation sounds strange to me. Like everybody around me done changed but me. I stand alone on my own 2 feet. Stab a track, strangle the beat. Restless, no time to sleep. Like Benjamin Brooks. It's a very thin line between a foe and a friend. Straight to the 10. Not these again. Call .com for the spot. Slide right in. I ain't trying to see nothing but progress. Regardless, home of the heart. Move rock, remain cautious. Represent nothing but the hustle and struggle. Industry rock, linear ice, making a double and scream. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't even say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat, and we all in the family. Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Won't even say your own name when I come around. Stay on top but remain from the underground. To the seat, and we all in the family. From yelling and mumbling, you ain't a pal of me. My family ties, but not with Mallory. My analogy ain't for salary. As I roll reality to galaxies. But did you read this to me with the signal? With a chain representing penitentiary. For more in times of important town, from north to ill town. And all you know from life is right, that's the first one wasn't. Driving too fast, I was flying too low. You think I'm rocking too quick, I think you listen too slow. I'm a rusty constructing a pump and assumption. You did while your family seem to think things are something. Structure by obstruction of turning something to nothing from one thing to one thing just to ripping every function. Fucking it up, pumping it up, jumping the ducks, looking to hump, me chucking the trunk, pumping me up. Jersey homies are the craziest. New York homies are the craziest. DC homies are the craziest. Philly homies are the craziest. California homies are the craziest. Chi-town homies are the craziest. Texas homies are the craziest. Utah homies are the craziest. Lyrics be laced with 40 ounces of funk and stuff. You get rushed, you get bust, you call yourself calling my jaw. Enough's enough. I'm putting it down on the real, and this one goes out to all the people who be questioning my skill. I've been rocking since lead drills, and we feel that we build careers to steal. So all the rest come up and bless, but only stress is what you'll find thinking. Finny don't write, and Finny can't rhyme shrinking. The sleeping MC, I eat like good and plenty. Lyrically spanking, yeah, that's why they call me Uncle Vince. And oh yes, I just appeal to the masses. Young told folks to us below them and through classes. They don't begin with no lying professor, they begin with them pick up the pen and pad off the dresser. Lesser, a man should never challenge a plan with 13 years experience. A ripping mic with an out hand. Detroit homies are the craziest. Miami homies are the craziest. Little Rock homies are the craziest. Uptown homies are the craziest. I got Bavarians to regard me into the club that bored me with. A board that's thrown like my pawn. I've been born to get thrown. The floor, the brim is broke to the back. I'm brawling fast, praise the ball. The boots worth the bird band, boots break the loop. Throwing up breaks up, boom like Facebook. Assume the same shit, drop that punch. With the flavor, cause I guess I say Mrs. to keep us to my sidekick. Whip that high quick, if you slide quick, blood clot your blood clip. You ain't rolling if I take you with your ride quick. Brothers not click, so I'm on a night tip like the youngsters about to take you on some hip hop ride. You ain't coming in no profit. I'm in Jermaine in the last cause he on me loop for that jump. Drop back so not the rocket. And from now on in, you fight my style when I see I'm in your pocket. Cleveland homies are the craziest. Carolina homies are the craziest. Virginia homies are the craziest. Kentucky homies are the craziest. St. Louis homies are the craziest. Atlanta homies are the craziest. Maryland homies are the craziest. San Diego homies are the craziest. Seattle homies are the craziest. Boston homies are the craziest. Hilltown homies are the craziest. Crew homies are the craziest. Cool, let me take it on a hip hop ride. Move side to side, let your body glide. Slide, 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 slide.
As I flip it again, I'm on the loose. Watch these, no man, hold on, no. As I flip it again, we're on the loose. Watch us set the trend with the 9 double deuce second. So the boogie to up jump, the boogie to the rhythm, to the boogie to beat. Cause I speak it like this, like my homeboy dies. It ain't hard to tell, like my main man Nas. Like Naughty, watch me give a hip hop away. Much props to Dre, bring your tango right. I could cheap rock ya like the Lord, or like drop, go on an award tour. Too slick like brick, watch the youngsters bump. Cause this is how we're coming like the future of the funk. Respect out to you, taking it really dope. And Snoop Doggy Dogg and the whole death row. Gangstar, Supreme City, 99.7 FM. I'm keeping it right.
Let me take it on a hip hop ride. Move side to side, let your body glide. Slide, 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 slide.
What's the problem, officer? I ain't be did nothing. You on my back sweating me like I'm some kid frontin'. I'm trying to Joy 99.7 FM. The theme, if you know what I mean. What you do for a living, boy? I mean, I rock
from the block of 118, I'm a fanatic. Can't help being a hip-hop fiend. Embedded in my enzymes before I did my 9. At birth the world knew I was one of a kind. It's all about the music, that's all I know. That's all I heard growing up in the yo. But yo, let's not dabble in the past. I look at what the future got in store, so I gotta watch my ass. Can my music be Joy 99.7 FM on my face? Just a taste of my flavor, make you savor for more. Go from city to city, I'll take you out on the tour. Is you with me? Oh yeah, we holding fort, we ain't going nowhere. Is you with me? Oh yeah, we holding fort, we ain't going nowhere. 99.7 FM. Concept that's much in clutch, grab my nuts. I'm nuts like these nuts, I got the touch. I take my time when I do mine, it's done when I do mine. For fun when I do mine, it's mine. All mine, the rhyme and the rhythm, I get it from the mind and put it in the body and soul, and then I roll, stepping on my soul, I got total control. Hold up, boy, you ready? Here it comes, feel the bass from the drums. Lyrics from my lungs, I run lyrics so I from 1983 to Diesel MC. Is you with me? Oh yeah, we holding fort, we ain't going nowhere. Is you with me? Oh yeah, we holding fort, we ain't going nowhere. I said hello.
The bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? Damn, baby. That sounds sexy. Here I go. What's your weakness? Okay, chillin', minding my business. You thought I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stand, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda, wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I act for the digits. I hope no. Don't make me see what I want, slip fly to it swiftly. Felt it in my head, so I dip back to my bag of tricks. Then I flip for a tip, made me wanna do tricks on them, lick them like a lollipop should be lit. Came to my senses and I chill for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell, hell makes me wanna shoot. Then you stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. Can I get some fries with that shake, booby? If looks could kill you with beat and move the other shotgun bang. What's up with that thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother. Well, I like them real wild. B-boy style by the mile. Two black skin with a smile. Right as the sun, I wanna have some fun. Come and give me some of that yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me wanna.
I wanna hit you
yo. Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic and I do my duty, yo. Wild up in the club like we wild in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. Type of nigga that can slap me with the tulio. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. That look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it makes me wanna get on in the booty, yo. Top bitch, sitting banging bitches in videos. While I'm with my feet like we up in the freak show. So, hot shit, I know you niggas that wear clothes. Style up my life pause when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you fucking with me. We play a pros like that. Let me take it what you got for me. Put all your hands on my eyes for me. Straight from the front of the face for me. If you really wanna party with me, let me take it what you got for me. Put all your hands on my eyes for me. Straight from the front of the face for me. Keep this frequency clear. We're crying. That's right. I get so excited. Said you're dancing like you're naked. Oh, it's almost like we're sexing. Oh yeah, yeah, boo, I like it. No, I can't deny it, but I know you can tell. Joy997FM. Oh, girl. Joy997FM. Now, girl, I know you felt it. Before you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do. Baby, when we're crying. Oh yeah, I get so excited. Feels so good, so real. But I can't find it. You, and it's real. You know, you're making it hard for me. Baby, you're dancing so close. Joy997 FM. Hold you now and here. The way that you shake it on me makes me want you so bad sexually. Oh girl, like you dancing oh. Feel a little pulse coming through on you. Now girl, I know you felt it. Before you know I can't help it. Joy997 FM. What I wanna do, oh yeah. I get so excited.
Friday evening, you know what it is, y'all. 6 minutes to 9 o'clock right here, weekend warmer. I'll be telling you about my COVID-19 tidbit, what you're gonna do to protect yourself. 0244-340-437. Sending those dedications, gotta go out to Shane Yun. What up, homie? I'm 1213. We're streaming live. Find us on Facebook at Joy997FM. Shout out to Williams Kojo or Tredako. Keep it coming. Oh, Friday night. We're getting ready to go to the club, right? Stay home. Let's go.
Cause he let you with the fun. You wanna sing his name. Cause he hit it from the front to back. Didn't let him break it down like that. Should've told me to love you. Come on, me, baby. I thought you was wrong. Love was wrong. All you wanna know more shopping sprees. No more late night creep. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it. No more shopping sprees. No more late night creep. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it. No more. I want to hang in the bag. In the backseat seats with a little bit back. Girl with me that you was all about. But I'm living down. Cause I see you trying to play me out. When I brought my car to crib with beef, didn't I represent you when I caught him in the street? So let me get the keys to the Lex, and then my check, and I'ma hang up a capture around your neck, babe. Doesn't let you with the fun. Doesn't let you with the thing. I can hit it from the front to back. Let him break it down like that. Should've told me to love alone. Never thought that you did me wrong. Girl, I thought that this love was strong. Baby, are you gonna know? No more late night creep. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it no more, baby. No more late night creep. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't. Joy 99.7 FM.
That's what it is, yo. Check what the time does. Some few seconds away to 9 o'clock right here on the weekend warmer. Now, time for our COVID-19 tidbit. Remember to protect yourself and others against COVID-19. Clean your hands frequently and thoroughly after washing your hands with soap under running water. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Remember, keep alcohol-based hand sanitizers out of children's reach, okay? Teach them how to apply the sanitizer and monitor its use. Apply a coin-sized amount on your hands. There is no need to use a large amount of the product. Some of them you use it as if you are going to have a bath. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose immediately after using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, as it can cause irritation. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers are flammable. Do not use before handling fire or cooking. And please, do not drink alcohol-based sanitizer. They can be poisonous.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Our COVID-19 team is proudly brought to you by Kerex in collaboration with the Ghana Medical Association. Kerex Goulet Yogurt Life Soup, Magdan Shipping Company Limited, Petrosol, and Holland Life Assurance. Holding it down for real. Remember, our WhatsApp line is 0244-340437. We'd like to hear from you. That's what it is, yo. We're jamming. Thank God it's a Friday. Shout out to Teresa from Tema. You're locked on.
It's Friday!
Remember, we're streaming live on our Facebook page at Joy997FM. Holding it down, flipping it back. You know what it is, yo. A happy, speedy recovery going out to you. And also big shout out to Gloria Kwajiwa Agree of NC Accra, Timothy Anidoho of Lands Commission Accra. It's from Enyonam Bantad Gulf City. You're holding it down. Your radio was loud. You don't know what to do with yourself. Oh my God, baby, this is it. That's what it is. Shout out to you, Brianna Adai, aka Stacy. It's your birthday. From Josephine and Carolina, which is Secretary Yasmin Fianana and Kenneth Umbro of Forestry Commission. Kenneth Umbro. This is the station.
Joy 99.7 FM.
We ain't playing, y'all. It's a Friday.
It's Friday!
Big I'm going out to the man Fanta. Fanta, your radio's locked on Joy FM. Shout out going out to Gloria Kwajiwaki of NCA Accra. My man Timothy Anidoho. And to you, hey, Chris Akufu, you did it.
Trying to turn me on, and the other time I could resist. Now my will is gone, getting weak, that ain't even easy. Hella going on. Trying to let it go, trying to keep my eyes closed, trying to keep it just like before.
Let's go. Shout out DJ Legend. What up?
Yeah. Watch out!
Joy 997 FM.
1999. Ashanti International. Rough and wild. Let the games begin. Waba, waba.
Baby, not say you're from when you're the bonnet. Ghana man, you be a naya pepper training, treasure Ghana man and person morning. See Babone, me boko Jani Bonnet. Not something but nature Ghana man say Munti, Mini, or bra for me what for Hundi, Mamma di Momu Jumedi Munkumidi. Then I was asking my Mujana and Mission Minade to for my Domian, why, hey, many was also saying she be a gas, Mamaso, or many moody Emma, and then. If you said why your mama gonna go back as lawyer for for my Mr. Nessie for driver for my Mr. Peter for Equa for Mr. Baba for teacher for my Mr. Tuku for rap for Ghana rap soft for me say me straight on my for you know on your back say yes if I but you will with a wee back one Cambo more in book crab at the cost of map beba is the motto yan fa got the motto when you move funny you munya to what
Shadow Prince Paul, what up?
Need in among coat I would just say the way and the women who can as well it's Munya Brebre. Ghana, I mean, oh dear.
Son of a man, knee, what up, knee?
And Sandal, Osuni, and Sasia, and Sandal, and I know Mutama and Sandal. You got me to my fire. Medium Company and Sandal, Osuni, and Sasia, and Sandal, and I know Mutama and Sandal. You got me to my fire.
FM.
Bonnie Willie Bound, ain't in a bonnie for free one. But I never said I give you a song. Bonnie Willie Bound, bonnie for free one. But I never said I give you a song.
Frequency clear.
Chinchi, my breath. Bring up your sour, my breath.
Sharif, what up?
baby show. Tum say yo, my yeah, Prado, myself, wow, I said wow. She go by Benny, 99.7 FM. The worst is any kind of show. My no photo, Mrs. Oshami, what's the diamond photo? When me go hook up, or get me travel to Dallas, but the media for Ben, to my mentor, why you said to get, what the soon is to real. Me the put the set guy, when it the paper, yeah, or bad guys, try to hold the day, yeah, when I'm a yeah, my shed, yeah, see next, no, yeah, the pepe, mini me, Kaka, or don't miss my back, me check, next time.
Shout out my homie Ball J.
Represent 97 Volta. Yeah.
Shout out to the old school leaders. You guys paved the way, man. Zachary, Shamsuddin, Saidu Mohammed, big up. Come on, everyone hot, 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 everyone hot.
Accidents do happen. It could be a motor accident, a sudden heart attack, or even a stroke, or any other health emergency. The first steps you take are very critical. Should you be involved in or witness an accident, call 112 for the fastest ambulance response. With over 300 well-equipped ambulances all over Ghana, you are assured of the fastest response to your emergency calls. Call 112 during critical health emergencies and save your life and that of your family and loved ones. 112, help will come. 112, we are safe. Avoid prank calls as they can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help. Be a responsible citizen.
Every weekend, millions home and abroad tune in to Newsfile. On Newsfile, the facts are laid bare, stripped of cover-ups. The veil of confusion and deliberate misinformation is torn to shreds, all in the big national interest. The matters are determined. If it's not on Newsfile, it was never news. Join me, Samson Ladianyanini, every Saturday, 9 a.m. on your most authoritative news analysis platform. On Newsfile, we put Ghana first.
Hello there, hop in. Let's go on a ride to the countryside. Prepare for smoothness through Countryland. Every Sunday between 10 a.m. and midday, tune in to Joy997 FM for your favorite country music. Lock it in on your calendar. It's Countryland on Joy99.7 FM. Simply call me Iggy.
Countryland on Joy99.7 FM.
The pace of change in the world today calls for adaptability. How does today's family remain flexible and keep time-tested values? How do we ensure a healthy work and family life balance? On Home Affairs, our greatest pleasure is to see you run your home like the master chef who is able to combine all the ingredients together in the right proportions to make that lip-smacking cuisine that everybody loves. Join me, Adam Knightsey, and my guests as we explore the issues confronting today's home and finding answers to make tomorrow's home a better one. Home Affairs comes your way every Saturday morning from 6:15 all through to 7:30 a.m. in hand. Home Affairs, making homes out of houses.
Hi, this is Naughty Dua, host of Ultimate Health on Joy 99.7 FM. You can simply call me Naughty by nature. What can I say? The year 2020 has indeed been a roller coaster of unprecedented challenges that have rocked the very foundations and pillars of life as we know it. The life-threatening and life-changing realities of the COVID-19 pandemic have brought out the importance of our health and well-being and its critical link to everything we truly value and cherish. As you struggle to balance and secure your health, safety, and livelihood, please be assured that Ultimate Health on Joy 99.7 FM remains your dependable and ultimate guide to healthy living. We've got you covered. If you're looking for dependable information and solutions that guarantee and protect your health and well-being, trust me, Ultimate Health is your best bet. Ultimate Health is a unique platform packaged to connect you directly to key health experts and practitioners. Tune in and join the family every Sunday at 2:05 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM as we break down today's health issues in a smooth, easy to digest, interactive format designed to equip you with the skills and knowledge to meet today's health challenges. Ultimate Health is live on Facebook and YouTube. Don't miss it.
Keep this frequency clear.
99.7.
Frameka, Quatabraca, Tumika, Faka, Manaka, Patanka, Tatapa, Singa, Manati, Singa, Swaka, and Swabomika, and Swaka, I couldn't pass on the party, Asa, Benjamisica, follow, dirty, cheeky, bamba, see blazer in the blazer. So the Koja, you ain't in my class. It'll be Terminator. Bounty, PUBG, we won't stop. Terror, Shafto, Yanti Jada. Usisi, yeah, oh yeah. And so we'll play Tota. You are cocked at this level. Yeah, me pen, no pen, no pen. Usisi, yeah, oh yeah. And so we'll play Tota. You are cocked at this level. Give me pen, no pen, no pen. Baby, wait, let me say, I say me more. Me say we are older and can maybe with y'all. Once again, they ain't try me live no more. Ready, sharky back, cause the inside not so. I can say when you're born again, this is the biggest small. While your side, my short, and it's your name and call. If we see one man in large probation store. Once I'm on the big watch, ain't buying car. Now me still up, y'all say what, and yes, more. When him say, baby, one day you go bar. If the I was there, rock the rest car. When the end of baby, what do you what 64? Or the whole day pleasure, what? See, pleasure, Jimmy, now me see me wabble forever. We a teenagers, so we'll pay, or we go back. And the end, now we are mommy. How the see, yeah, oh yeah. And so we'll pay so sad. You are called that they will. Give me pay, now pay so sad. You see, yeah, oh yeah. And so we'll pay so sad. You are called that they will. Give me pay, now pay so sad. You are VIP, CKP Project, Joy 99.7 FM.
Lord Kenya, 10 o'clock, we activate the phone line so you can call in. And tonight they're asking one simple question. How do you say Apapansa in English?
Original. And then my last warning, what's it back? What's the first bar? Mr. Tony Moo, early tomorrow morning, clock, oh, anyway, the Benjamin Tika, Sanya ready, that's a cigar, a whole of that figure. Happen free, oh, be a walker, now so, or Capo DP. Happen free, oh, be a walker, now so, or Capo DP. About you can't cry. Move by. What's the different? What is forgiving?